All right.
Hi, guys. Lee Cole here. Hope you're doing great. Thank you so much for tuning in and looking at this interview. I have one of my super biggest friends online, a complete boss and an amazing woman, Jeanne Kolenda, and she's going to tell us about some really cool stuff. Jeanne, say hello to everybody.
Hi, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. It's a great day here.
It is an awesome day here. And Jeanne, you have an amazing background in terms of things like online entrepreneurship. I mean, you've literally been doing this, what shall we call it, home-based business deal before anybody even invented the word. You know,
Hmm.
I mean,
I have. I have.
you were a pioneer in this whole field. Can you tell us a little bit about your background, please?
Yes, I was married extremely young, had children when I had two children by the time I was 20. I then went to college, got a great degree in biology. I can identify all the insects. And then I raised my children. I was a pioneer in the homeschool movement. I got arrested for homeschooling back in the middle 80s for contributing to the delinquency of a minor by way of truancy. We continue with that. They're now wonderfully educated and articulate children, speak a couple languages. So that was a good thing. But when they were gone to college, I thought, well, what am I going to do now? So I took the same skills that it took to run a home and raise children and moved it into business. And I've found a way to work from home for over 40 years. I mean, I have a son who will be 50 real soon. And so I've just been working from home ever since. And then when the internet came along, oh boy, it was like party time. And I opened an automated answering service 26 years ago. And then when online marketing came to the front, I said, this would be great. I've got a fishing pond already here with my phone company customers. So I went into online marketing and learned all the stuff. I didn't know hardly the difference in hardware and software, but I made it happen. And now I have a great, thriving digital agency. And here I am.
God, that's an amazing story. I mean, you've told me about the homeschooling. We homeschooled our children also. I did not get arrested because it is now
Good.
legal to do that. But my kids turned out phenomenal. Got a kid in college who's got almost a 4.0 average. And my other kid actually works for me now. He's the little genius behind all the software.
I'm a little
So,
jealous of that.
so kudos on sticking to your guns and raising your kids the way you
I
wanted
helped make
to.
it legal for you.
Well, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, you
Yeah,
took the heat so that millions of people like me could avoid the public school system, which I know
absolutely.
intimately because I spent 10 years teaching there.
God bless you.
God bless me. That is so true. But anyway, now this is really, really cool because you have developed a lot of skills and understanding. You brought that into the internet world. And I think it would be safe to say that you pretty much hit the ground running and built a really nice digital agency. You have a few, shall we say, niches that you tend to specialize in, one of which is the subject of today's conversation. Can you tell us a little bit about this niche? Because it's kind of, in my mind, sort of the redheaded stepchild or something. I mean, it's
Yeah,
underserved, but it's really cool. Can you
yeah,
tell us about this?
I will. I started off being a generalist, specializing in whoever wanted whatever, and got tired of that. So I kind of narrowed it down a little further to home services niches and came out with a great course, I think back in 2015, about how to build home service directories. And then I realized, golly gee, I'm from a family of roofers. And my grandfather was a roofer. My father, after he retired from being a pastor, opened a construction and a roofing business for the last 20 years of his life. And then my son, who is in Fort Worth, Texas, he was a pastor also at one of the largest churches in the country. But it was the Peter principle, and pretty soon they promoted him beyond what he really wanted to do, And so he said, well, I'll just go open a roofing company. And so now he's so successful with my help with marketing that he gets to take months off and do what he really wanted to do in the first place. So it's been an awesome progression like that. And then, I don't know, I have a brother who's a roofer. He has 2 roofing companies in Greenville, South Carolina, a commercial and a residential. And all of a sudden I was doing marketing for roofers. And then I found a roofer here in Myrtle Beach, and I started helping him. Well, one thing that I realized was that I understand the roofing business. I understand the numbers. I understand their profit margins. I understand what has to happen. I understand their frustrations, because these are people who've talked to me personally about this. And my clients happen to be also people I'm in relationship with. I make sure of that. It's the fun thing to do for me. I don't want just to have somebody I'm selling leads to. I mean, I do that, but it's not my gig. I would rather know people, understand that what I do makes a difference for them and their families. And it's an organic way of growing a big business. And so all of a sudden, I had a lot of roofing clients. And I just decided that, hey, I know so much about this. I've made so much money with this, and it's been fairly easy to do. So I'll put together a course and show other people how to do it. So that's how it came about.
I love that. I love that. So you know the business intimately. You're very comfortable around the business.
Mm-hmm.
And I love what you said about you could sell leads, but I think for you that's a little impersonal.
It is.
I love how you're. Well, number one, you have an enormous amount of entrepreneurial experience yourself, but I love how you're not just selling something. You're in more of a consultant role. Helping
Right.
understand
Right.
the person's business, finding ways that individual business can, get more revenue, decrease expenses, and all that stuff. And that is a cool. That's a really, really cool way to do business. I do a lot of that
It is.
myself.
Yeah, it is great.
And it also, I think, gives you an enormous. At least it does me. Gives one an enormous level of personal satisfaction.
It does. And at our ages, Lee, and I've got, some years on you, it's more about that than it is the income. Although the income is wonderful. I'm not against money. I like to make money because money gives me the freedom to do
Amen to that.
more things. I can just do more things. I can go more places. I can help more people.
Right.
So I'm not against money, but that's not why. In the end, that's not why I do it. I do it to build a legacy.
You got to have the money. You got to get to
Mm-hmm.
the money, but that's just like standing on first base.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the whole deal. The whole deal is the satisfaction after that. Awesome. So you came up with a course, and guys, this is launching, if I'm correct, on the 22nd
Yes.
of May.
Yes.
The normal 11 o'clock Eastern, or did y'all pick a new?
I think it is the normal 11 o'clock.
Okay. Well, folks, if it's not, I'll let you know. And this is basically all about how to do what you do with roofers. So can you tell us, I mean, without giving away the farm, okay, I don't want you to do that, but 30,000 foot overview, broad strokes, qualitative view. Can you tell us a little bit about the course, what's in it? I especially want to know, of course, you came to this with an enormous amount of experience behind it, which does make it easier, frankly. But I especially want to understand how somebody who doesn't have a lot of business experience, or maybe they do, but they're trying to transition into more of an internet marketing world, how this course could address that person.
Yes. And in anticipation of this interview, I thought, well, what will I say and not give away the farm? But here it is. Lee, you know that in our world of marketing products and being affiliate marketers, which I turned into one of those too, because I sold so many courses of my own that I had a list, and I love these people. They're not just names in a list. I love hearing from them.
Yep.
But here's what I see. People are throwing mud at the walls. They are teaching on things that they've never done, which is disturbing to me. But hey, it's just part of the game. I didn't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So I picked something that I knew a lot about, something that I've proven. And this course is not software. I'm not going to tell people, oh, all you have to do is do this and do it 500 times and push a button, and golly, you can take $2 and turn it into 100,000. No, I'm not going to tell people that. It's not true. But what I am going to talk about is an organic, natural, wonderful way of finding the perfect prospect. So I'm not going to train people to, run around and scrape a list of 5,000 people. Right. In fact, I'll give you this hint. This is what sets this course apart from anything else I've ever seen online. I am going to show on my screen live my process of drilling down and finding the perfect prospect. I want people to be snipers, not bombers. And we're going to be marksmen. We're going to know who we're going after. We're going to know why. And this didn't take but 15 minutes. And so I showed how I found the perfect prospect. He's right here in my state of South Carolina. And I did ask people in all integrity, don't go behind my back and try to get this guy, because by the time you see this, I will already have closed him. So then I thought, hey, why don't I record a phone call where I actually call and close him? So nice. I have. You will hear that in the course. And he's a country bumpkin. I mean, he went to Clemson, and he's got a big old scripture posted on his company timeline for his Facebook. And so I found ways to have rapport with him.
Right.
And I think that call lasted 13 or 15 minutes. Mm-hmm. And I had him in my hand. And so right. I'm going to let you hear that. And so everything I'm teaching is organic. I think everything is free that I'm going to show you. You're not going to have to go buy a bunch of stuff. And anyway, that's the difference in what I'm doing and what I've seen. So
the difference is this: you're real.
Yeah,
it's real.
Pinch me, I'm real.
And people are going to basically, it's like I'm standing there in your room right next to you, shadowing you as you get a client. Am I correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You will.
Well, see, that's awesome, because I think that's going to help people a ton. And I love what you said about scraping. I mean, software does have its purposes, but
it does.
But I have all of my pet peeves, like when did people start calling emails leads? I'm still getting over that one.
Or why do you call them suspects?
Really? I mean, they're just emails, seriously. But anyway, I love that, and I love the targeting. I love you knowing what you're going after. And I love the fact that you can, in 15 minutes, target the right prospect, which is going to massively up your close ratio. And this is something that would be very transferable. Okay, so your guy.
And by the way, my close rate is so high that you would think I was lying if I told you.
Yeah. No. I understand, because what people don't understand is, what most people don't understand is, the closing all happens before you get to the close, right?
Oh yeah.
I mean, if you did the prospecting right, and you did all of the targeting and all that stuff, the sales presentation is pretty much just let me show you what we're talking about, and then the close is just an extremely natural thing. It's just not a big deal,
right?
But I think from what you gave me access to the course, and I think from what you have told me. This would, you said the guy's a country bumpkin from South Carolina. Guys, just for the record, I'm in Georgia. I'm a good old boy, too.
I have clients in Georgia, too.
But this would be very transferable to someone downtown Los Angeles, Minnesota. Minnesota.
Minnesota. Yeah.
Minnesota. Okay, Minnesota or wherever, Or, I got tons of people who who buy my stuff, my coaching, et cetera, in the UK, very transferable to even other,
Yeah, they have roofs too. They just
they
look a
got
little.
roofs too, and it's the same thing, the targeting, the rapport, the simple message, and then the close falls out naturally.
Although the UK people, they really can't use their southern accent to their advantage like I can.
Correct.
Yeah.
That would
But you
be
know what?
correct. That would be
You know
correct.
what?
Oh,
People
wow.
will love their British accent where they are. So
Yes, of course.
I
Yeah,
can't do
yeah.
that.
No, I can't do that
Yeah.
either. I'm
They
not
would
even
hang
going to try.
they would hang up on me.
So awesome. This is launching May the 22nd, 11 a.m. Folks, I've got an amazing bonus package for you.
Ooh,
And
I
you
want to
get
hear about
to,
that.
you get to see this wonderful lady and basically stand beside her as she shows you exactly how she gets clients. And then all you got to do is just go out and replicate the process.
Yeah, and listen, this is 6 roofing clients, 6 or 8
Mm-hmm.
is life-changing
Yep,
in
yep, yep.
life-changing income.
I'm glad you mentioned that because I was doing in another niche. I was doing a webinar last month, and I was trying to help you just walk people through the numbers. And I mean, it was all in offline marketing, but I was saying, look, all this prospecting stuff, this doesn't go on forever. I mean, because basically what you do is you build a small number of recurring income clients, all of whom are paying you a lot of money each.
Mm-hmm.
And then what you're doing is you're managing that. And
Mm-hmm.
that's when you get into the 4-hour work week thing, right? I mean, that is not really 4 for me, but it's sure as heck not 40. And
Yeah. And then you learned how to outsource certain
oh yeah,
things.
yeah, yeah.
And then you can ride around in your RV for months
Oh,
like
you
Leon.
did that. You did that. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And sent me the calendar,
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah. And
which
we do
which my
that was,
which my son looked at. He said, "Dad, what's that?" And I said, "That's the calendar a friend of mine sent me from pictures of their trip to
Nova
New
Scotia.
Brunswick." He said,
Yeah.
"Fine, can I have it?"
I'll send you another. But
It's
the
okay.
year's half over now. We need to make another one.
It's okay.
Yeah,
So
but that
yeah,
freedom is,
that's
people
the
talk
deal.
about the freedom, but it really is.
Oh, it's completely life changing. As soon as I finish this interview, the reason I'm sitting here in sweatpants, as soon as I finish this interview, I pack it up, I go down to the gym, I work out. I'm going to eat lunch on the way back home. After that, I'm pretty much done for the day, except I do have a little webinar scheduled. Normally, I would be done for the day. It's a heck of a way to live, right?
It is. It is.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Jeanne, thank you so much for your time. I know you're super busy, and thank you for the interview. And I know
Oh,
that
you're welcome.
I know this is a wonderful, wonderful course, and I don't really generally go through life telling other people what to do, but I will for this. I think everybody looking at this video needs to click on the link right below here and go buy the course, frankly, because you're looking at a bona fide expert.
And I am proud of it. I'm
Mm-hmm.
excited, and I will be just as excited when people buy it and they see what it is. I'm very proud of what I've done. I've taken months of this, and it took me forever and a day to get it all done because I'm not a techie kind of person.
Right.
But it's out there now. It's done, and I'm extremely proud of it. And I'm so grateful to people like you.
Thank you so much. And you're launching.
You told me, just do it, Jeanne. Just do it.
Just get off your butt and do it. It is not going to do itself. And speaking of people, you're launching this with Tom Gaddis and Nick Ponte, right?
Yes. Yes. When after you told me you need to just do this, what in the world is wrong with you? And so I realized that there are things I don't know how to do, and I don't want to stop and learn everything.
Good for you.
I'm not the implementer. I'm the visionary. I'm the salesperson. I'm the people person.
Right.
So I reached out to them, and I'll give one thing away here. There is a beautiful custom theme in this course, and we're going to show you how to use it for foot in the door. But I knew Nick built themes, and so I went to them and they said, heck yeah, let's team up. Let's do this. So they have been the bow that wrapped up my package.
Awesome. Awesome. You could not have picked 2 more quality guys.
That's the truth.
Good for you. Thank you so much. And everybody looking at this, thank you so much. Wherever you're looking at this, folks, there's a link somewhere. Click that, go to the sales page, learn more. Thank you. See you later.
And we'll see you on the inside.
Indeed, we will.
Okay. Bye, Lee.